If you're looking for an AI chatbot that you can train with your own data and is easy to set up, you want to take a look at TinyTalk, okay? Now, the keyword here is easy setup because, as you know, there are tons of AI chatbots out there, but many of them are kind of hard to set up and navigate properly. But this one is a newer tool, but the UI UX is actually really good, which is why I wanted to share it with you today. By the way, if you're looking for quality business software that you could use to increase your productivity and sales, you'll want free access to my Notion doc of my must-have SaaS tools for digital entrepreneurs. Now, I update this on a frequent basis with the tools that I personally use and can vouch for. So you can grab this for free by clicking the link down in the description below. Okay, so TinyTalk is on sale as a lifetime deal on AppSumo, and one code starts at just $49. Now, taking a look at the updates from the founder, it looks like this has been on sale since February of 2024 at least, but I actually just found this tool out just a few weeks ago. I tested it out and I was pretty impressed with how easy it was to set up, so I wanted to share it with you today. Now, what's interesting is with plan 1 and 2, you get GPT 3.5, which I think is pretty outdated. So I would go with at least 3 codes because you will unlock GPT 4 and you will get access to the API, lead gen features, chat history, and the help desk. Now I have 4 codes, so I'm going to show you all of these features. I also wanted to share this tool with you as well because I was taking a look at the question and answer section, and it seems like the founder is really wanting to make sure that this tool is sustainable for the long term. Because regarding the LLMs that you can connect with TinyTalk, not only can you connect ChatGPT, but you can connect DeepSeek, Llama, Claude, Qwen, Gemini, and xAI via the open router if you have tier 7. So that's the max tier for this deal. So if you want access to all of these other AI models, you would need to max this out. And also if you want the custom domain. There's also a upcoming team features as well, and seats are a premium add-on. So tier 7 users will get 1 team seat free for life, and there will be advanced analytics. Now, when it comes to custom domains, you will get 1 free for life as well with tier 7. They say here, we've seen some companies rename plans or shift features around to limit lifetime deal users. That's not how we want to operate. From day one, we've made every new feature and improvement available to all AppSumo users, including tier 7. Here are some of the features our earliest customers didn't have at purchase, but now enjoy at no extra cost. So all of these features that they integrated into the tool. And then they say, our commitment has always been to give all of our users, including tier 7, the same evolving product without hidden limitations. So it seems like they really want to make sure this tool really evolves for years and years and stays sustainable. Now, regardless of which plan you get, you must bring your own key, okay? So you do need to pay for that API key access via OpenAI to use this tool. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so on your main page, you could view all of your AI chatbots right over here and the model that you select. Right now, I am in my SEO assistant chatbots. Let me go to settings. So this is where you configure your LLM. Since I only have 4 codes, I only have some of the OpenAI models. Now, if you have 7 codes, you will get access to GPT-5 and it'll unlock all of these other LLMs. But keep in mind, you need to add your own API key still. So OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, xAI, Mistral, Cohere, DeepSeek, and Qwen. Now, let me know in the comments. I believe DeepSeek is free, so maybe you can add the API key and not pay for it. Not exactly sure, but let me know in the comments. You can also set the temperature, the match count, so you can have it return more relevant results or more diverse results from the knowledge you feed it. And you could also set the guardrail to either hi or none, and you can give it a system prompt. Now, I highly recommend you give it a system prompt so it can reply exactly like how you want to. Now, since I have 4 codes, I do have access to the help desk. So that's where people can chat with a human, okay? So I'll show you the help desk in a moment, but you can enable the help desk right over here. And to prevent abuse, you could set up rate limits as well. So for example, you can have up to 10 messages in a 5-minute window. Now what's also cool is you can connect this with WhatsApp. So instead of people messaging your AI chatbot on your website, they can actually message the AI chatbot via the WhatsApp app on the phone. I did set it up and it was pretty cool. So I was chatting with my AI chatbot via my WhatsApp, and it responded perfectly, just the same as the website. Now, when it comes to custom domains, that isn't available, but with tier 7, you do get a 1 custom domain free for life. And to install TinyTalk on your website, you can share the public URL, embed it as an iframe, or embed as a widget using this script tag. And I'll show you how these two look like. But first, let me go to the knowledge base. So this is the most important part. So in order for the AI to reply with correct information and answer your customers and leads questions, you need to feed it with information. So there's 2 types of information you can feed it. You could feed it documents, so PDFs, CSV files, Word docs, and text files. You could also feed it your website URL or any website URL. So when you feed it a URL, you could take a look at the progress. So I fed it these URLs, so you could see it's all crawled, and then you can turn them into resources, which will be listed out in this tab here. So my AI chatbot was trained using all of these sources right over here. So tons of website pages and also a PDF document. You could see your limits right over here. The total character count, or the max, is 40 million characters, and this AI chatbot is trained on 6 of the 7 resources, except this one right here. So one thing I noticed was when I tried to have it fetch my website. So my website is hosted on WPX, and they have a feature where they block bots from like accessing my website. So unfortunately, TinyTalk wasn't able to access all of my pages. So for this blog page, it only crawled 37 characters. Now, when you take a look at those characters, you could see here bot verification, verifying that you are not a robot. So unfortunately, TinyTalk was not able to crawl most of my websites. So basically what I did was copy and paste the text, and then I put it in this text file, and it was able to access all of my website text via this text file. So just keep that in mind. If your website blocks robots, you might have an issue with TinyTalk crawling it. Now, after you upload the knowledge base resources, you can go into Playground and test the chatbot. Now, this is how the chatbot looks like. Since I'm on tier 4, I have 40,000 messages. I already spent 51 messages as I was testing this out earlier. So to test it, just click on send a message, and you can test out the chatbot right over here. So I can say hi, and it'll reply to me. Now let me show you further how to set this up. So I'm gonna go into my messenger. So this is where you can set the appearance. You can select the bot avatar image, the bot launcher image. You can give it a bot name, and also change the colors as well to match your own website branding. And here is the more interesting part of the messenger. So you can organize your messenger's content into different sections. So here I have a home and a messages section, so I could view all of my previous messages I sent to the AI. You can also customize the home space with apps. Okay, so I have 3 apps here, so I can start a conversation, I can link to external links, and I can also add an announcement. Okay, so this is the external link. I just said, contact us, and I put an external link. Now this is the announcement. So you could basically put anything here. So for my agency website, I just put, for example, special deal, SEO promotion, grab deal. You can add a photo here. Now, if you want to edit it, you can go to the specific app and then click here, and then you can change the heading, the cover image, description, button text, and the button URL. Now, one thing that I don't like is that you need to give it a URL for the image. You cannot upload an image. You need to give it a URL. So I thought that wasn't all too, user-friendly. Now, you can also set the welcome message in your home space. So they currently have 3 apps in their store. Now, since they did make this its own tab, I do expect them to add other apps in the future. Now for the conversation text, you can select the title here so you can see it changes. So chat with us, start a conversation. Also the subtitle as well. Click on save. And you can also add a welcome message, suggested messages, and input placeholder text here. And when it comes to languages, because I know a lot of you might be asking or wondering about languages. So these are the languages, or the default language you can select, and the additional languages. So there are a total of 8 additional languages. Now in the help desk, you also have access to all of the conversations that happen with the chatbot, including WhatsApp. So this is my WhatsApp conversation. So you can see what the AI is responding and also what the lead is messaging. And you can also message the contact yourself. Now for all of these messages, you could view the conversation details. And it looks like semantic attributes are coming soon, which is really nice to see. You can also view all of the lead data as well. So their email, phone, first name, last name, so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to lead data, you can use this to collect leads. Now, if you go to contacts, these are all of the leads that were captured via the chatbot. Now, how do you collect leads? You set that up under the qualify leads tab. So you need to enable the qualification form, okay? So it'll appear following the chatbot's first response to a user query, and then you can share that contact with the agent. This is the call to action message and the thank you message. And this is the form section. So I am asking for 2 attributes, their first name and their email, but you can add other attributes as well. So you could see last name, there's phone number. So yeah, first and last name, email, and phone number. Now, if you want to change the attributes or update them, you can do that right over here. You can also create a new attribute as well. So if you want to ask about, where they are from, any stats or specific things that you would need to serve them, you can create attributes that will be part of the form that they fill out. Now, here are the integrations. So this is where you add your own OpenAI API key, including OpenRouter, to unlock the other LLMs if you have tier 7. Now, this is the integrations where you add your own OpenAI API key and your OpenRouter API key if you want to access the other LLMs. If you have tier 7, you also can connect your WhatsApp account. There's even the TinyTalk API key. Slack is coming soon, but right now you still can connect Zapier and Pabbly. Now, I really like these integrations, including the webhook option, because when someone does fill out that form, you can push their information via a webhook or any of these APIs as well to maybe an email autoresponder or something like that. Now, I added TinyTalk to my website. Now, let me show you how it looks like when you embed it on a page. So this is how it looks like. So at the bottom, I just said, have questions, chat with our SEO assistant now, so they can send a message, click an external link, or check out our special deal to claim our SEO promotion. Now let's chat with the chatbot. So click on send us a message. So I can say, do you serve dentists? And TinyTalk will look at the knowledge that I fed it, and it said, yes, lead tagger serves dentists, so on and so forth. Now this is the form. So I can put a first name and it says thanks. Now again, depending on which attributes you add, you can ask other things as well, okay? Now we can continue the conversation. So I can, ask, what is your location? So it says, we're located here, and the phone number, the email. So it replied accurately. So I can also say, what services do you provide? And here you go. So it's listing all of the services out right here. Now, after a few back and forth, a button will appear where you can speak to a human, and that way you can be transferred to a human. And then if you go back to the help desk, you could see there is a color signifying that they are looking for a human, a takeover request. So you could see here status, takeover request. So now in your help desk, you can start messaging that lead. And then you could see that right over here. Now this is the iframe. Now you could also install it as a widget like this. Now overall, I think this looks really nice. You can scroll through here, look at all of the apps, and then you can click on chat with us and you can start chatting with the AI. Now, when it comes to the help desk, you might be thinking about team members, right? Because you can't be, unless you are a solopreneur, you can't be managing this help desk yourself. So that's why if you want to invite your team, just keep in mind that tier 7 includes 1 lifetime seat. Now, if you might be asking why, they mentioned that if we included, 5+ seats by default, our support volume would 5x overnight, which unfortunately isn't sustainable for us. So if you want to invite a team member, you would need to get tier 7. Now, honestly, I wish the limits would be better, but I do see where the founder is coming from, and I do appreciate them being very upfront. So he says, this lets us keep the LTV fair and generous while ensuring long-term stability for everyone.